Scotty, beat me up.
If it wasn't for music, what would the Scotty X be doing?
If it wasn't for music, I'd be probably balling, playing ball, you know? That's what I like doing.
When did you start playing ball? Was that just like a natural ability you had, or do you have to really grind to be good?
I had to like grind, to be honest. Like, I had a basketball net outside, so I used to like play, like, you know, shoot shots like every day, morning to night. Even when it was raining, I used to like, you know, like just train all the time.
Where'd you grow up?
Like, I grew up and it's hard to explain. Like, I don't even really know myself. So,
It's just like all over the place.
yeah.
Seeing your road, man. Were you always a musician or into music, or did you always feel like you were gonna make music, or is this just something that came up?
Music, like, I didn't even know music was so random. I didn't even want to like, you know, like, I wasn't trying to be a rapper, you know, like, I'm not trying to, like, being a rapper is, like, pretty much, you know, like, clout chasing, like, you know, all that nut bang and pretty much saying shit you're not on, right? It's just, you know.
But you must have at some point realized that, like, I've got some sort of lyrical capability, you know, I can really hold a melody. You know, you write all your own songs, correct?
Yeah, I write all my own songs.
So where did you kind of find that out?
As I aged, I guess my knowledge, like, to what I've been through kind of progressed, you know? Like, I don't know, like, times got harder, so it was just more to, like, put down on pen and paper or, like, writing my notes, you know? But before, it was just, like, on some kid shit, like, you know, everything you did outside or, like, you did in school or, like, you know, just making, like, wops or something small, you know, you put in your music, you know, you goofing around.
Who shot Bando? Bring us into the decision, like, we're going hard with Bando.
Bando, to be honest, it kind of started off, like, you know, it started off, like, you know, there's a vision, you know, and I made Bando, but at the same time, when I was in the booth, it was just a freestyle, you know, like, I didn't write that, like, it was just, like, you know.
Had you heard the beat prior? Like, had you heard the beat prior and thought, like, I'm taking this one to the studio?
Nah, it was just, I picked the beat, and then I just rapped on it, you know. But I didn't know how it was gonna come up, you know.
So it's just natural.
Yeah, it just came up.
So do you find, have you never written like that? Have you always been like...
No, there's actually a couple of tracks where I just kind of just freestyle, and it just came on head, like, you know, and I don't know how. Like, some people say it's a hit, and then I'll be like, it's not even a banging, you know. Yeah, I usually just, like, when I get into the studio, like, I'll get my beat, and then I'll just go into the studio, and I'll turn off the lights, and then you know, like, it just...
So what do you need to get in the zone for you? What's your studio pack? What's the Scotty X studio pack? It's the Scotty X rider.
Scotty X
all red
pack?
M&Ms, all blue M&Ms.
Oh my goodness, Scotty X studio pack. I don't know. It's kind of just, you know, getting the bottle,
right,
and super lit, and then once you super lit, you just tune out your body. Like, you just tune out. Like, you know, you just go into some next person that you've been trying to be, or trying to, like, you know, you've been trying to just tell everybody. You're trying to tell everybody your true self, but you spit it on the mic, you know? So you get into some whole new character, but it's yourself.
Right. It's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah, it's messed up.
Do you find it hard to balance that?
It's not, to be honest, it's not even hard to balance, but I got it situated.
Who would be your musical influences?
Musical influences.
Top 5.
Whew, definitely not. I could not. Oh my goodness.
How'd you meet the BCB guys?
How we met? We met in the stool, you know. Actually, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, through connections, you know.
Right.
Kind of just, you know, elevated from there.
So they seen something in you.
Seen something in me, you know.
Right. What do you think that is that sets you apart?
What, from them seeing something in me?
What do you think it is that sets you apart from the rest of the artists in the world?
To be honest, I don't really think I'm different. I really just think my wordplay is different. Like, I know how to get things off my chest, you know?
Right.
In a different way. Like, sometimes I kind of, like, I thought about trying to just being, like, you know, trying to be like other rappers, like, trying to rap like them, but it doesn't work out because I always come back to myself.
Right.
You know? So I just...
And that's good that you realize that at 21, because the most genuine that you can be will always come out the best. You know, when you go into a situation 100, you know you can leave the situation 100, and God decides after that.
Yeah.
Who'd you look up to when you were growing up for the fashion shit?
For one, I gotta shout out Elizabeth, because, you know, she deals in me. Shout out baby girl Elizabeth, you know. My influence in, like, the drip, like, I don't know. I got my own style. Rappers are cool, you know. They do their thing, but I'm trying to elevate myself.
Right,
you know,
right.
I'm like, how I see it is, I'm the bag with my team. You know, I'm
Right.
an investment to my team, so I'm my team a lot. You know, so at the same time, how I'm thinking is like, you know, I just gotta just. You know, I can't really worry about how other people are out rapping me. You know, I don't really care. You know, I'm just speaking out my chest, and if I feel a vibe on the beat, I go off on it.
So how does it feel to have your song played on 93.5 and supported from one of the biggest, you know, hip hop and rap, you know, platforms in the city?
Definitely an accomplishment.
Where did you hear it? Did you go in the whip?
Yeah, I actually heard it in the car about 2-3 times. You know.
How loud did you blow the speakers the first time?
Saying
you were tripping the first time, don't lie.
I was like, you know, I didn't really like, you know, I don't know. I don't really know what was going through my head. I was just, it was like, you know, when I heard like the clean parts and things that were cut out, I'm like, wow, like, you know, this is really on the radio. It's frequent, like it's going. It's not just, people are not just hearing it once and not fucking with it. They're fucking with it, you know? So, yeah, that meant a lot to me. The designer I go to is like Versace, you know? I go to Versace, you know, but I like to try out new brands, you know, whatever just suits me. You know, I gotta be cozy in what I'm in, you know, it's like, you know, whatever just suits me. But I usually go with Versace.
So if you had to do like a collab, you're trying to do a Versace collab.
Yeah.
SCOTTY EX.
But in Bankruptcy, if I'm trying to do a collab, I want it in Bankruptcy. So they gotta give me a check.
Absolutely. Well, what, you think you're doing it for free?
No, 100%. But like, you know, I wear their shit to, you know.
Oh damn, you're sitting on a Versace chair, huh?
Exactly. It's not a way.
Yo, Versace, cut the check us. Okay. Was that from the jump, like right away?
Yeah,
did you look up to these guys before?
Real breeds recognize real. So
right,
at the same
right.
time, if, like, you know, they're older than me, so like, you know, like it's just a mindset thing.
Do you find that they mentored you kind of right away, like, you know, kind of guided you?
Yeah, they guided me to, you know, how to just avoid, you know, people that are not there for you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't see the small things, because it's the small things that count, you know?
Right.
So from following people, you know?
Right.
And from them getting unfollowed and they feel a way about it, you know?
Right, that means nothing.
Yeah, it means nothing.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, if they're really supporting you, they're gonna be there, you know?
Right, absolutely.
So it's just like, you know, it's just the small shit that counts, but
and that's good to
into consideration.
And that's good to know at such a young age, you know, because that small time shit doesn't mean anything, you know, especially when Toronto is poised where it is. You won the lotto right now, big deal. Where are you staying in Toronto or are you moving to somewhere hot?
You know, my mom wants to go to LA, so you know, we're gonna take that trip.
LA.
I was up in LA, but
what do you think it is about LA that's such the allure?
Niggas in LA, like they're doing their thing, like that's where everything's at. But like, you know, like I kind of got family in Florida, you know, so like when I was over there, like over there was just more like, you know, like Miami's there, like you just like it's just so much more appealing, better.
Right.
To everybody over there. So.
Scotty, beat me up.
What's this?
Yeah.
Human Child. So this is some unreleased shit.
Yeah.
SCOTTY EX, BCB, 4100 Pentagon.
Child, lot of bullshit about a person. Need no shit they came but in my list the kid. Ain't no Bible Dougie fight embrace the lane. They kinda who that is. They gave face to face with smoke on spec.
What was the process of that recording? The same kind of thing? Picked a beat in
I don't know. I was mad. I was mad about something.
your cheese.
You know? But the thing is, I was mad, but at the same time, I was just, I don't know. I was just like.
That makes me instantly want to rewind it back and listen to it.
Make 3 songs in one day. Like, I'll stay up until like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock until the song's done.
Is that your kind of like thing? Like you want to make 3 songs?
Yeah. No, it's not even like that. It's like I'm gonna get as much songs as possible. Like, I'll be like, you know, staying up and I'll be on this little app, you know, and people will be like, you know, you're staying, staying up's bad for you. It's bad for your, it's bad for your heart or whatever. And I'm just like, I guess if I died, I guess it wasn't meant to be. But at the same time, it's just like when I listen to music, it's just like, there's this, I don't know, it's a connection, right? So it's just, I can't, it doesn't, I don't know. It's like my past life was a rapper.
That's how you feel.
It's like my past life was a rapper or something,
Reincarnated.
in the BC days, I don't know. But
so you didn't have any sense of that your entire childhood growing up? No musical thing?
No,
not to be a rapper. No, were you on time? Could you keep a beat, or was
I was actually bad. I was bad at rapping. I tried to rap, and then I went, and then I I tried to spit a verse to my mom, and
she's like, you're trash.
She's like, you're done. What are you doing? Stick the ball. So I was like, and then as life went hard, shit got crazy. So it's like, how can I go to certain places, and be a baller if this is what we live in, and people are just reckless out here, and I don't want to be. I just don't want to be that guy. That's like, where people live their life, and then as you can see, everyone's on the media, so everyone's gonna hit them back. It's like karma's a bitch. So whatever happened to you was on a phone. Everything's just gonna be said. It's gonna come back to you in daily life. So I just don't want to be that guy. This world that we live in is so it's just so bamboozled that I don't know what to believe. So I just stay anonymous. That's the best way possible. Just stay anonymous.
Even though it wasn't always to be a rapper, do you hold your art, meaning your intellectual property, your words, do you hold it very dear? Does it mean a lot to you?
To be honest, I mean every word I say, but at the same time I always reflect on it. I always go back to the track and I always say, wow, this is what I've been through. This is what I said at the time. This is what this person put me through. Right. I'm always saying that stuff, but at the same time, I always just just keep it moving, because I can't look back at the past. Only evolve, you know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I'm just looking at all my music, and it's just all my past music, and it's just trash to me. And other people could say they're hits, but I could say that it's just something that I went through in my life, and I have to get it out.
Right.
It's even when I was just being a kid, letting it out. It was just.
And see, that's where you're gonna find the transition between the artist and the fans, because you're just saying shit to get it off your chest, but they're holding on to every word. In retrospect, you can look back and think, it was a small thing, but at the time, it's not a small thing. Yeah, exactly. So, and you talk about that transition from 17 to where you're going now. How are you finding that transition?
I feel like it's been natural, but I definitely didn't grow up to be no artist. Because people could consider me a rapper, but I'm not.
Well, most artists
autocorrect them, you know what I'm saying? Because
right.
I'm not no rapper. I don't try to fantasize about some fantasy. I'm trying to just talk about what I'm actually doing or what I have. Be as real as possible.
Glowed Up's up next. Bring us into the process of Glowed Up. And now that you have a team and a management structure, how do you feel about the decision making?
Glowed Up was trash, It was when I listened to Grow Up, I was just I wrote it, but it was just one of those ones where I'm writing bare tracks at one time.
Right.
So at the same time, when I'm writing bare tracks at one time, it's just
you're not listening to them.
Yeah, I'll go back to one track and I'll be just writing, just putting stuff down in my head that comes to mind.
Right.
That I've been through, obviously, but just what comes to mind, So I'll put it in my track now, and then it'll be done. And I'll be like, okay, say word, and then I'll go on to the next track. I was so, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that.
What were you recording on first time?
Oh, the first one I was recording, I wasn't even recording off my phone. Rap, that's what I'm saying. Rapping was just something that I was just I can rap. I found a studio. It's literally right beside the school I was going at. So I told my mom, just okay, this is $60 an hour, No, it was 50 at the time, so I was. And over
she's
there.
Spit a verse.
Yeah, so.
And she's you're trash, fam. I'm not paying that.
No, but that was before.
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Exactly. It's all good.
But this time around.
Yeah. Yeah, it was this time around, I was just I asked my mom if she can,
So did you show her the new music this time around?
Yeah, no, it was actually until I got into the booth, because I was the type of person that kind of I was writing.
Right.
I'm not that kind of I'm not a freestyler.
Right.
I guess you could say I'm a freestyler when I'm turned. I can freestyle when I'm turned, but when you're writing, you get more off the chest, because you can actually go back
and just write it
and
out.
it doesn't need, like, and you can make your own studio time. It's not like you're in the studio and you're just
right. You
can
can kind of get in your zone and kind of get lost in the writing, and it just comes to you. That's natural.
Because if you freestyle in the booth, you could be saying a whole lot of real shit that's coming off your chest, but then it's just like, it can come off like you could say certain things that never happened because you lost words, like your brain went off somewhere else.
Shout out Duce, we're trying to get that sponsored. Shout out Major League Vapes, League Extractions, MLE.
Because your lungs do pop, so make sure you shout out to Major League.
Make sure you get no vitamin E and all that
your lungs will be
GMO
healthy.
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You know the one. Atomic video dropping. Jason Pax feature. Is fucking out of here. When you first heard Jason Pax, what'd you think, honestly? Because he's a fucking animal.
When I first heard Jason Pax, I'm like, oh my goodness. That was going through my head, bro. I'm like, holy, like, the thing about me is I don't listen to music to just listen to the beat. Like, I want to listen to some, like, what's going on, like, So I'm listening to his bars and it's like instantly. It's not like you have to like, oh, what did he say? Like, you have to run it back. Like, it's instantly, Some rappers, you'll be listening to them and you have to replay the whole track, but him, it's just like, you're saying, like, it's just like right there.
So Spotify official, we just hit 20K. Check out all the Jason Pax, Scotty X on there. Absolutely. Shout out my guys at Spotify.
I'm walking to school and it's like, bro, what was Pax? And I was walking to school and talking to the tracks fan, like, because, like, there's always those other, like, scrabble rappers, like, like, you listen to them because everyone's bumping them, but it's just like, their punctual bars coming like kind of after, like it is, but his punctual bars is like word for word.
Saying the Atomic video is about to fuck up the game, is what you're saying.
It's about to turn up the game.
Jason Pax, Scotty X. Saying Scotty's about to crush us. Where can people find Scotty EX?
Find me on that Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Scotty X. You know what I'm saying? We go crazy on that.
I'm JesseTheA&R for Cult, BCB. Shout out the guys. We're fucking out of here. Scotty X. Let's go.